More and more people are opening up about their struggles with mental health, but oftentimes men may not feel comfortable enough to seek help or treatment for mental health issues. With June being Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, this is a time to encourage those conversations. And joining us this morning to talk about this is Dr. Rishi Gautam, the chair of psychiatry at LifeBridge Health. Dr. Gautam, thank you so much for being here to talk about this.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to talk about, to identify a very relevant public health issue at this time.
Absolutely. June, of course, sees Father's Day, and it's a time that we focus on dads and we focus on men, but we don't always focus on their mental health. Tell us how we can support the men around us, and as men, how can we be supported?
Absolutely. Let me frame this conversation by offering some really sobering statistics. In 2022, nearly 50,000 Americans died as a result of suicide. 78% of them were men. Study on study shows that the prevalence of depression and anxiety is reported to be lesser in men, but suicide, for example, is 4 times higher than any other gender demographic. And the rates of substance use are much higher. When we investigate this further, we find out that there is a lot of underappreciated and unmet need as it comes to men and how we conceptualize care for mental health needs in them. And there is a lot of opportunity there for us to be more focused.
And doctor, why the stigma? Are men just too rigid, too busy playing the tough guy role to open up about feelings?
Absolutely, that plays a very significant role. Historically, the value systems in societies place men at a certain position where they are required to assume the tough role. There isn't a whole lot of safe space to talk about mental health concerns. There is a lot of stigma in the workplace to talk about mental health conditions. Men report financial stressors at work, and the responsibility to ensure livelihood for their families and the homes they support as the primary cause for worsening mental health conditions and being the barrier in themselves to be able to seek treatment for them.
Well, doctor, thank you so much for those words. And I hear you say, don't be afraid to reach out.
Absolutely not.
All right. Dr. Rishi Gautam, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And there are several charities and organizations where you can donate that support men's mental health. Other resources include the National Institute of Mental Health, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the National Alliance on Mental Illness.